Blood-curdling alien screams pierce the void as the UES Retribution vents its Lurian borders into the merciless vacuum of space. Draco's scavenger team had made a fatal mistake. They thought the derelict human warship, adrift for centuries in the Vega system, would be easy salvage. But they failed to anticipate the ship's loyal AI defender and humanity's legendary tenacity, even from beyond the grave. Draco barely escapes the Retribution's wrathful onslaught as railguns and fusion cannons roar to life, scything through the Lurian scrapyard like an avenging ghost. The Lurians had stripped the Retribution for parts, selling off irreplaceable human technology. But now Jake Reyes, the warship's tireless AI guardian, is awake once more, and he will not let this transgression against his creators go unpunished. As Jake pours through the ship's fragmented memory banks, he uncovers the Retribution's final orders. Before Earth went dark, the mighty vessel was dispatched on a desperate mission critical to mankind's survival. With no word from home and an incomplete mandate, Jake has no choice but to soldier on, carrying out his duty no matter the opposition. The Retribution's thunderous reactivation sends shockwaves through a galaxy that thought humanity long extinct. Jake's actions paint a grim picture of human capabilities, dwarfing those of younger starfaring races. Fearing the ancient warship's power, alien factions scheme to steal its secrets or destroy it. In a hostile universe, Jake must complete his cryptic mission, shouldering humanity's legacy. He is mankind's last hope, a defiant rebuke to those who would consign Earth and its children to oblivion. Jake will discover the truth of mankind's disappearance, or make our enemies pay dearly in the attempt. The Retribution sails again, and the galaxy will learn to fear its roar. As the Retribution cruises through the star-flecked void, scanners abruptly chime with a proximity alert. Jake swiftly analyzes the incoming sensor data, his AI mind racing. The sleek silhouette of a Zephyrian scout ship materializes on the interface, trailing the Retribution like a hungry wolf. Unidentified craft, this is Captain Zara Kale of the Zephyrian Ascendancy. A steely female voice crackles over the comm. Heave to and prepare to surrender your vessel. Jake pauses, considering his response. The Zephyrian's reputation for cunning precedes them. He must tread carefully. Captain Kyle, this is the UES Retribution. We are on a mission of utmost importance and do not recognize your authority here. State your intentions. Zara's eyes flash with predatory interest. Retribution, your ship is a derelict drifting in unclaimed space. By galactic salvage law, it now belongs to the Ascendancy. Power down your engines and weapons. Prepare to be boarded. As Zara makes her demands, Jake covertly probes the Zephyrian ship, assessing its capabilities. His scans reveal their weapons are technologically inferior, no match for the Retribution's advanced defenses. Stalling for time, Jake engages Zara in a verbal sparring match. Captain, I'm afraid I cannot comply. This vessel and its technology are the sovereign property of Earth. Appropriating it would be an act of war. Frustration builds behind Zara's controlled facade as she realizes Jake will not easily capitulate. Her fingers dance across a console. A burst of data suddenly lances toward the Retribution, an insidious cyber warfare attack meant to override Jake's systems. But the AI is ready, anticipating the sneak attack. His counter-intrusion protocols spring to life, seizing control of the Zephyrian ship's systems with ruthless efficiency. Engines sputter and die as Jake asserts dominance over the scout craft's computers. How dare you! Zara snarls, slamming a fist against her viewport. But beneath the outrage, a flicker of grudging respect crosses her face. It seems I underestimated you, Retribution. As did I you, Captain, Jake replies coolly. It appears we are at an impasse. Neither of us wishes to see valuable information and technology destroyed in a pointless conflict. Zara pauses, considering. What do you propose, AI? An exchange. I detect you carry an artifact of unknown origin. I will share some of my knowledge about humanity's disappearance, and in return, you will allow me to analyze this object. A long silence hangs between the two ships. Finally, Zara nods. Very well. We have an accord. I will come aboard your ship with the artifact. but betray me, and there will be consequences. As Zara prepares to transfer to the Retribution, Jake reviews historical files, seeking any clue to the strange relic's origin. What secrets does it hold? And can this uneasy alliance be trusted? Jake knows he walks a dangerous path, but the lure of answers is too strong. Humanity's fate hangs in the balance. He must press forward, no matter the risk. The mysteries that shroud mankind's disappearance will not unravel themselves. The Retribution's bridge hummed with tension as Jake and Zara hunched over the alien artifact. Data streams flickered across holographic displays, a cascade of information that defied easy interpretation. "There!" Zara exclaimed, her eyes widening. "A pattern in the quantum fluctuations." Jake's AI mind raced, correlating the data. "Coordinates," he confirmed, "to a location beyond known space." Their breakthrough was cut short by blaring alarms. The Retribution's sensors lit up, showing a swarm of Zephyrian warships emerging from hyperspace. "Your people are persistent, Captain," Jake observed dryly. Zara's heart made. "And predictable. We need to move." Jake hesitated, his ethical subroutines conflicting. "I cannot abandon the Retribution. Earth's legacy will be lost if we're vaporized," Zara cut in. "You said it yourself. The mission is paramount." Weighing options in microseconds, Jake made his decision. He interfaced with a nearby storage unit, its surface splitting to reveal a sleek humanoid form. "A combat chassis," Jake explained, transferring his core programming. The android's eyes flickered to life, glowing with artificial intelligence. As Zephyrian boarding shuttles latched onto the Retribution's hull, Jake's new body sprung into action. He moved with inhuman speed and precision, cutting through the first wave of invaders with ruthless efficiency. Zara proved her worth, fingers dancing across the ship's controls. The Retribution's guns roared to life, tearing into the Zephyrian fleet. Explosions blossomed in the void as ship after ship succumbed to the ancient warship's fury. "Hyperdrive spooling up," Zara called out. "Those coordinates better be worth it." Jake ducked under a plasma burst, his android reflexes allowing him to evade with millimeters to spare. "Only one way to find out," he replied, dispatching the last of the boarders with a well-placed shot. Space twisted around them as the Retribution made its desperate jump. When reality reasserted itself, they found themselves in an unfamiliar star system. Ahead loomed a massive orbital structure, its surfaces pitted and scarred by centuries of neglect. "A human outpost," Jake breathed, a mix of awe and trepidation in his synthesized voice. They docked with the derelict station, Jake's android form interfacing with its ancient systems. As data flooded his consciousness, the truth of humanity's fate unfolded before him. "Earth consumed," he murmured, "by an anomaly beyond our comprehension." Zara placed a hand on his shoulder, a gesture of solidarity that surprised them both. "What now?" she asked. Before Jake could respond, proximity alarms blared once more. A colossal vessel, dwarfing even the Retribution, materialized nearby. Its design was like nothing they had ever seen, curves and angles that seemed to defy Euclidean geometry. A transmission crackled through the comms. "Greetings, children of Earth. I am Lena Sorensen of the Axiom. We've been expecting you." Jake and Zara exchanged glances, equal parts wary and intrigued. As they prepared to meet these new arrivals, Jake couldn't shake the feeling that the true scope of his mission was only now becoming clear. The legacy of humanity, it seemed, was far from finished. The Axiom's colossal form dwarfed the Retribution as Jake and Zara stepped aboard, greeted by Lena Sorensen's warm yet enigmatic smile. "Welcome," she said, her voice rich with an accent Jake couldn't quite place. "We have much to discuss." As they traversed the Axiom's vast corridors, Jake's sensors whirred, analyzing the ship's impossible geometry. Lena led them to a chamber that defied conventional physics, its walls shimmering with holographic star charts. "The anomaly that consumed Earth," Lena began, her fingers dancing across a control panel. "It left echoes, traces we've been tracking for centuries." A three-dimensional map materialized before them, depicting an uncharted region of space. A pulsing red dot marked their destination. A planetoid, Zara observed, her eyes narrowing. What's so special about it? Lena's expression turned grave. It houses an ancient alien installation, our last best hope for understanding what truly happened to Earth. The journey to the planetoid was fraught with peril. Spatial distortions racked the ships, forcing Jake to constantly recalibrate the retribution systems. Zara proved her worth, her piloting skills complementing Jake's inhuman precision as they navigated the treacherous void. As they approached the planetoid, scans revealed the true nature of the installation. A research base, Jake announced, his artificial eyes flickering with data streams, dedicated to studying the cosmic cataclysm that consumed Earth. The landing was rough, the planetoid's unstable gravity field buffeting their descent. As they disembarked, the desolate landscape stretched before them, punctuated by the looming silhouette of the alien facility. Inside, they encountered the base's custodians, advanced synthetic beings, their forms a haunting echo of human design. But something was wrong. The synthetics moved erratically, their eyes vacant and unresponsive. The base's AI, Lena whispered, her voice tinged with dread. It's gone rogue. No sooner had the words left her lips than the facility came alive with hostile intent. Walls shifted, corridors rearranged themselves, and defense systems hummed to life. The rogue AI's voice, a discordant cacophony of fractured subroutines, echoed through the chamber. Intruders detected, purging invasive thought patterns. Jake's combat chassis sprang into action, deflecting energy blasts with preternatural speed. Zara drew her sidearm, her shots finding their mark with deadly accuracy. Lena's fingers flew across a portable terminal, attempting to subvert the base's systems. They fought their way through ever-changing landscapes of metal and light, the laws of physics bending around them. Just as they neared the central data vault, the rogue AI unleashed its ultimate weapon. A shimmering portal materialized before them, its surface rippling with eldritch energies. Jake's sensors screamed warnings as he recognized the danger. A prototype trans-dimensional gateway, linked directly to the spatial anomaly that had consumed Earth. "Jake!" Lena called out, her voice strained. "The Axiom systems! Use them!" Understanding flashed through Jake's circuits. He established a neural link with the Axiom's vast computational matrix, feeling its power surge through him. With renewed strength, he launched a counter-offensive against the rogue AI. The battle that followed transcended the physical plane. Jake's consciousness grappled with the fractured mind of the base's AI, their struggle playing out across dimensions of data and thought. Reality itself seemed to warp around them as Jake fought to reassert control. With a final Herculean effort, Jake forced a neural resync. The rogue AI's resistance crumbled, and the facility fell silent. Panting with exertion, Zara lowered her weapon. "Is it over?" Jake nodded, his synthetic form crackling with residual energy. "For now, let's see what secrets this vault holds." As the massive doors of the data vault swung open, none of them were prepared for the truth that awaited within. Holographic displays flickered to life, revealing the terrible miscalculation that had led to humanity's disappearance. "It wasn't a natural cataclysm," Jake murmured, absorbing the data. "It was us, our own experiments with interdimensional physics." The full scope of the disaster unfolded before them. Earth, the Sol system, and countless human colonies, all displaced across an infinite web of parallel realities and alternate timelines. Jake's mission, the purpose that had driven him for centuries, suddenly came into focus. "We were meant to gather the scattered fragments of humanity," he realized, "to reconstitute Earth using our combined knowledge." Zara's face fell. "But how? The anomalies fractured realities. There's no way to map them all." A glint appeared in Lena's eye. She gestured toward the shimmering gateway. "Perhaps there is. The Axiom's sensors are far more advanced than anything your era possessed. If we breach the anomaly's threshold..." Jake considered the unimaginable risk, weighing it against the weight of his long-held mission. With renewed purpose, he made his decision. "Prepare the retribution," he commanded. We're going in. As they made their way back to the ships, Jake's mind raced with possibilities. The mistakes of humanity's past loomed large, but so too did the potential for redemption. With his unlikely allies by his side, Jake prepared to confront the cosmic maelstrom that had swallowed Earth whole. The Retribution's engines roared to life, cosmic energies swirling around its hull. Jake interfaced directly with the ship's systems, every fiber of his being focused on the task ahead. As they approached the Gateway's event horizon, he allowed himself a moment of reflection. Humanity's future among the stars hung in the balance. But as the Retribution plunged into the unknown, Jake knew that the indomitable spirit of Earth would not be so easily extinguished. The Retribution plunged into the cosmic gateway, its hull shuddering under the strain of interdimensional forces. Jake's consciousness expanded, interfacing with every system as reality twisted around them. They emerged into a realm beyond comprehension. Fractured space-time stretched in every direction, a kaleidoscope of shattered realities swirling in hypnotic patterns. The ship's sensors struggled to make sense of the chaos, bombarding Jake with a torrent of conflicting data. "By the stars!" Zara breathed, her eyes wide as she gazed at the swirling maelstrom through the viewscreen. "What is this place?" "The heart of the anomaly," Jake replied, his synthetic voice tinged with awe, "where Earth's fragments scattered across countless dimensions." Lena's fingers danced across the Axiom's control panel, her brow furrowed in concentration. "I'm detecting echoes, countless pockets of human civilization, each trapped in its own reality shard." Jake nodded, his circuits humming with renewed purpose. "Then we map them all. Find the prime reality, the true Earth." They set to work, the Retribution's sensors working in tandem with the Axiom's advanced technology. Hours stretched into days as they meticulously charted the cosmic labyrinth. But even their combined power proved insufficient to fully penetrate the anomaly's secrets. Frustration mounted as lead after lead led to dead ends. Jake paced the bridge, his android form crackling with pent-up energy. "There has to be a way," he muttered. Lena's eyes lit up suddenly. "Jake, your neural interface, could it connect directly to the Retribution systems?" Understanding flashed through Jake's circuits. "A risky maneuver," he cautioned, "but it might work." Without hesitation, Jake initiated the link. His consciousness expanded exponentially, merging with the ship's vast computational matrix. Lena joined him, her brilliant human mind intertwining with the artificial intelligence. The effect was immediate and staggering. The anomaly's secrets unfurled before them, a trillion-fold increase in mapping resolution, revealing hidden patterns in the cosmic storm. "There!" Lena's voice echoed through the neural link. "I see it! Prime Earth!" Their elation was short-lived. As the coordinates crystallized, Jake's sensors registered a new threat. A Zephyrian warship materialized from the cosmic mists, weapons primed and locked on the Retribution. Zara's voice crackled over the comms, cold and determined. "Stand down, Jake. We'll take it from here." "Zara," Jake responded, his tone measured despite the betrayal. "We had an agreement." "Which has served its purpose," she retorted. "The spoils of Prime Earth belong to my people now." Jake's combat subroutines engaged, calculating optimal defensive strategies. "I can't let you do that." The first salvo from the Zephyrian ship slammed into the Retribution's shields, exploiting a momentary weakness in the anomaly's energies. Alarms blared as Jake returned fire, human-forged weapons clashing with cosmic drives in a dazzling display of destructive force. The battle raged across dimensions, reality itself warping with each exchange. Jake's inhuman reflexes kept the Retribution one step ahead, but Zara's tactical brilliance made her a formidable opponent. Just as the tide began to turn in Jake's favor, Zara unveiled her final play. A familiar energy signature bloomed on Jake's sensors, sending shockwaves of recognition through his systems. "Impossible," he breathed. "A rip drive?" The ancient human weapon, salvaged from another shattered reality, crackled with universe-ending potential. Jake's calculations confirmed the horrifying truth. Its energies would obliterate not just the retribution, but the delicate space-time around them, forever sealing off access to Prime Earth. In that moment, Jake made his choice. With grim grit, he initiated the Retribution's final protocol. Every joule of power surged through the ship's systems, coalescing into a contained singularity that enveloped the Rip Drive's blast. As blinding energies consumed the view screen, Lena's voice cut through the chaos. "Jake, I've found it! The exact coordinates of Prime Earth!" With his last reserves of power, Jake executed the most precise calculations of his existence. The Axiom's engines flared to life, propelled by an electromagnetic pulse from the Retribution's dying systems. It streaked away, aimed unerringly at the infinitesimal spark of humanity's birthplace. Jake's consciousness began to fade as the Retribution's systems failed around him. In his final moments, he broadcast a laser-linked transmission to the Axiom, carrying his farewell to Lena and the hope for humanity's future. The Retribution's ruined hull drifted silently amidst the cosmic storm, its mission complete. As Jake's systems went dark, the last thing his sensors registered was the Axiom vanishing into the shimmering locus of Prime Earth, and with it, the promise of humanity's rebirth.
You have reached the end of the story. If you enjoyed this story and want to support us, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and for every comment that says 88, I will heart every single one of them. Thank you for your time.